Based on what they did on Train, players to look out for on their side are going to be Amabot and Hulk.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got the roster rundowns here in front of you guys here because NoLove esports, same roster as always. Adam, Bears Boys, Boucher. You've got Nate, Nat and Tyre, Patrick, One Pat Start, Dave, Twizzy, Wisniewski, and Liam Hardfluff T. But for the Legacy Remains, we have Marquis and Biz64, Jordan, Lancer DB, Jake Globe Allen, Rob Rodella, and Brandon Lee. Now, Brandon and Rob are two players aliases that you'll see mix up tonight. They're under the Hulk like you mentioned, Matt. But either way, guys, we're live obviously here. We just saw the knife round go to NoLove. NoLove opted to go CT side first, Legacy going T side first, and we're kicking it off here, ready to go.
I am excited for this CT start. I wanna see some big things from these guys. Gonna have the 5-7 coming out on Pat, headed towards Banana. Bears has got the kit, and you see 3 nades and 2 flashes. They got something planned.
Early damage for sure. The nades are going to go deep down the middle ramp, or at least 2 grenades are going to go deep down middle ramp. The actual terrace opposition is currently sitting majority and alternate, especially with bomb. 1 person will catch a grenade at ramp and at banana. There's a headshot coming in from Dwizzy. He's going to open us up here on the night. That's a bot. I'm a bot. Don't be mad. Is now eliminated. Bot out of the round. 4v5. Fluff is going to get a little curious. Spot a player and immediately fall backwards. Now they've got 1 player in pit, 1 player inside. It's a good crossfire to be had. That Glock going to do quick work on the Bears Boys' forehead, however. Damage is all over the board. And they are trying to take over this A-bomb side. Bears will lose his life to Lancer. Lancer gets traded. That's Nat. Nat looking for more hard fluff, trying to do something to keep the round alive. We'll find a headshot onto Biz64, and the terrorist will quickly rotate back around to the B-bomb site. Right now, B is completely open. It's going to be 1 player, that's Nat, in rotation. He's going to have a chance to possibly shoot as they come across. He'll get 1 looking for a second, who sits now in water by himself, 86 HP. A 5-7 and Pat goes back into banana, where Hardfluff is currently holding his closure. Now, Hardfluff's doing a very good job. He's being very patient. We're going to go ahead and go back to Globe here in a 1v3, slowly being flanked. Time is not on his side. 30 seconds remain. Finds a headshot very quickly on a Pat, and it does not get traded. However, the player is walking up banana, and this could come down to timing. Oh, he won't quite see him, but he gets quite around the coffin. Only 1 bullet will eliminate Nat, and that's why you're seeing Nat being so careful with his body positioning. He does not want to make this a 1v1 for the clutch. Bomb going to be planted firmly. Nat boost around by himself, and Hardfluff will make the kill happen. Globe eliminated, and Legacy Remains drops the first pistol round to NoLove. Really close fashion there. Glock's doing a lot of damage, but ultimately NoLove prevailing.
Yeah, and right out the gate, we see something we talked about pregame, a quick rotation out of what they already had planned.
Boiler by themselves. This could be a massacre with the MP9, and Nat will make quick work of the 2 kills. Bears shooting through the smoke. 1 of his own. Not going to quite happen in Globe. Last man standing again will lose his life as well. So a very clean round out. Show their hand. They're working a basic default. Like I said, we can kind of expect from a team that's not showed that they practice a whole lot. They're really just kind of filling out the round, seeing exactly what's happening. See why we were watching this take place. And Bears Boys with the auto shotgun is going to get 1. Tries to get 2. He's got to back off this corner a little bit, but he'll molly the default position. Still knows he needs to stay close enough on the angle. The bomb will be planted firmly. It's a 3v3. Not a very good bomb plant. This could work out in the CT's advantage, especially if a 1v1 can make its way all the way there. Right now, Dwizzy is the only one arches, and he's going to have an angle on Globe. That really favored him, but the MP9, unfortunately, not strong enough. Last man standing is Pat. Knows there's 1 sight, can't make the shot happen, and Legacy will pick up the very first gun round. Now, again, this was not a full buy. You saw the downside of some guns being purchased that weren't quite enough to get the kills in there, but not a bad round if you're NoLove. Still would able to make it close and make it forward. They are all coming in. The mollies are really good. The sprays through smoke are even better. There's 1 player inside planning. They're not going to make contact with him. He's going to run through into CT. 1 player in a B trying to get around as well. He will get 1 kill, but he should be easily traded by Dwizzy here, or Bears Boys for that matter, with the egg, with the AUG.
He's got an egg, bro.
1 man standing now with the AWP, and the AWP may be a factor now. It looked like he was going to get eliminated quickly, but the bad molly and the team kill almost opened the door for him there, but Nonetheless, pretty much a non-factor, and even though they were able to get that out of their hands early, Legacy remains due to some really good smoke spray-throughs, not able to pull the round off.
So what you see here on Inferno, again, it's the making the CTs rotate back and forth, and really NoLove was playing with no information there. Legacy Remains had everything that they could have wanted. They try and execute into B late, but the flashes are huge. They had to stumble and wait, and they couldn't get into sight clean. Dwizzy comes through the smoke, picks up 2, and almost gets a 3rd, and Bears cleans it up with his egg beautifully on a 3K.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And the fact that they were able to survive with so many is incredibly important, too, for the economy. You'll see 2 players actually deferring to go with MP9 purchases here. That's because their money is low, but also because they want to make some money. MP9 can really help their economy at $600 a kill, really make it back, especially if you think the terrorists are on a save round. However, here is very clear they are not on a save round. Only 1 player has a deagle, but he's got full head armor, so the MP9s will have their work cut out for him. Nat will be the first player to make contact if they actually hit into middle here. They're going to do some flashes and some smokes, possibly even some mollies to get control, and Nat's going to try to sit in this corner and see if he can't be effective with that MP9. Right now they're up middle, and they have no idea he's in positioning. The MP9 with long range, he gets 2! Perfect kills with the MP9. He will eventually get traded out, but just like that, it's a 2v4. Now these guys are going to back up. There's only 23 seconds remaining in the round, and instead of risking it, they're opting to go for a team save. 2 players, AK and AWP, opting to save for this round and try to make it count for next.
Yeah, definitely a good call from them, getting an AWP and an AK to go into the next round. That was a forced buy on their part. Their utility was extremely low. They didn't have the utility to be able to go and contest any kind of banana control and then go back into any kind of exec. That's why you saw them all group up into mid. Nat comes up huge with 2 MP9 sprays. That was a little sketchy on his part. I thought maybe he went a little bit early and there was no flash to go along with it, but he makes it work while Bears gets a 3rd, I think, trying to come out apartments. So they did a really good job. The rotation was clean, and they shut it down very well. So great job on their part. If they continue that trend right there, they'll continue to grow their economy. And right now, Legacy remains stuck on Deagles with that op and AK.
Right, and flashing for himself, finds 1 headshot, make that 2 headshots. He knows there's more around the corner. Looking for the 3rd, he secures it. 4th just narrowly escapes his death from the AK. He'll survive with 19 HP, but gets quickly traded out to Pat. Hulk smash, last man remaining, gets hit by a smoke grenade, has to fall off, finds one through the smoke. That's Pat eliminated, 28 HP. The MP9's getting aggressive, he finds a leg as well, the molly, and eventually the flank will secure the round for NoLove esports. 5-1. Now your scoreline, and money is still not much better for TLR. Very, very lucky right there that Lancer was there to back up his teammate. But he's going to get traded out by Nat, who got aggressive apartments. Hard Fluff is just in a very difficult position now. It's only 20 HP. He's got to make every shot count. But Dwizzy, super aggressive, runs directly through Banana with his teammate, knows he's got control and backup, and pretty much saves the day with those 2 kills. The terrorists now are left scratching their head with this aggression change-up call from NoLove. They're going to go back all the way through alternate middle and try to reclaim some of this control here. They've completely lost any momentum in the round, and this was a huge adjustment call at the perfect time as they look to start charging up middle. Dwizzy and teammate just plowed through bottom Banana and really reclaimed the round. Biz is going to be the point man here. Bot doing a lot of work here, but not going to be enough. 2 alive for NoLove esports in a round where it could have gone A very quickly, but thankfully, thanks to some quick thinking for B, was a really good round.
So I think the big-time play there, obviously Dwizzy coming down and getting 2 kills, but I think it's Nat who aggresses into apps and comes out boiler and gets 1 and then also was able to fall back with his life, upgrade to an AK to trade out Bears in middle. He gets all the information he needs for those Banana players to aggress and Dwizzy to be able to capitalize on that 2K.
And
Great run from them. They're going to get a fast B.
Yeah, and they're hard AK, hard in Mac 10. Those mollies and those grenades didn't do nearly enough damage. Now they've got nothing in their inventory but bullets, and bullets will do the trick there for Pat as he gets a 1 before getting traded out himself. Dwizzy all alone gets 1, does headshot damage to another, but looks away. So it's a 3v3, just 2v2 trade, which is exactly what you would expect to see in most Counter-Strike situations. Great molly positionings on the retake, giving themselves a free kill, opening up the scoreboard. Good mollies in response as well. 1 sitting dark, 1 sitting new box. It's a perfect crossfire when you consider what you need to do as a terrorist team. It's going to be a very important crossfire. Globe knows one's running up. He gets the first one. Another good shot on to not. And then last man standing with the AWP is Hard Fluff, who gets caught out and dies. So 3v2 retake situation. NoLove can't quite make it work. Perfect crossfire coming in from TLR to make that round finally theirs. Library together. And they're a little bit separated, which is going to be difficult because that trade is going to be non-existent. Wizzy loses his life, the nade to Pat, and the bullets through the wall. Lancer will close it out, and he will make a solid 2K look very easy. Mainly down to just, quite frankly, they weren't close enough to make those trades happen, Matt.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the MP9 on Nate is because he's at his friend's house. It's not his computer that he's on. You know, that can always throw your game off a little bit. So maybe he's just trying to create some chaos. They're playing mid a little bit weird in brackets, right? That was a good trade by Bears, but usually you have in place people on both sides. And when that's on both sides, you just kind of either fall back or fight brackets together. And right now it seems to be they're in the middle of both.
I just want to talk about Hulk's ability to see through smoke right now. He seemed like he's hit tons of shots through smoke that otherwise we couldn't make. Just absolutely phenomenal at the guesswork and knowing exactly where player models should line up based on what he's saying and what information he's getting. He's doing an excellent job. There you go. He uses a one-way at Banana, and Hard Fluff thankfully able to find the tip of his head there. It's a 1v2, and it's actually winnable. It all comes down to what Hard Fluff can determine is actually taking place. The smoke is in his face, but he hears nothing. And think twice about making some noise. He's got a player coming right around behind him. That'll be Globe, and he'll make quick work of him, and Hard Fluff will ultimately lose the round 7-4. Now your scoreline, NoLove still in the driver's seat, but Legacy remains getting some breathing room. Was where he was dangerous, but he's firmly sitting inside that nook there, which could be perfect if he doesn't opt to peek it or gets a flash from his teammate. Hard Fluff will go wide, but the MP9 in the corner. Nat will get 2 easy kills because of that bait out from Hard Fluff. Teammate flashing as well. Now 2 players to take this 2v1, and they'll secure the kill together as a team. Very good team peak there. 8-4 now your scoreline, and the terrorist economy, it's not in shambles. You got 2 players that can buy comfortably, but 3 players that cannot. So it's going to be a little bit of an awkward buy here, I think. All the difference. Very good stuff from him. This will be a quick round. Legacy up there. 1 player in Nat is trying to get around behind him, but they're already at firm control. The question is, do they wrap and go into A, or they go around to B? And they are going straight into A. Bears Boys loses his head as well. It's all going to come down to Fluff, and he gets decimated on skates from Lancer. So 0 kills in response to this fast A take. They all tried 1vX approaches and quite simply got destroyed. 8-6 now looks like a likely 8-7 as Pat also dies. Dwizzy last man standing, and he at the very bottom of Banana, and 1 player top mid. 1, 2, almost a 3rd kill for Lancer, but they'll secure it with a 3-man take. 1 player left alive in B, and that's Hulk Smash. Looking for the headshot angle, can't quite find it, and can't quite connect. A good kill, definitely not allowing him to get one himself is very important here. Grenades coming through, but not quite connecting. Right now they need to get a much better post plant. 2 players in water is not going to hold it. They're going to push together instead and get the kill at CT. But there's 1 around Banana. It's coming down to timing. He gets 1. Looking for the second to secure it. He can't quite. It's going to be a good 1v2 crossfire style positioning, and Dwizzy will go for the early peek to secure the kill. And that will be 2 pistol rounds going NoLove esports tonight on the night.
That was a little scrappy there for a minute. They get the plant down, but then they're a little aggressive trying to fight CT when they didn't necessarily have to, rather than setting up their crossfires. The bomb is down in T right now as well. Bear's trying to fight back. He's going to get 3. He's going to pick up 4, and he's going to be able to recover the bomb in spawn. Great job from him.
Thank you for taking over for me.
Yeah, you're right.
And that'll secure the round. That'll be it. 11-7, your scoreline. Legacy remains. Look like they could have gotten away with a Galil, but Bears Boys just coming in huge there, man.
Yeah, it looked a little sketchy. The fact that it was Dwizzy at logs by himself, Banana, bomb down in T spawn, and no one else really around him. You know, Bears had to come back.
He gets 1, gets mollied out, and eventually traded, but Hard Fluff is there as well. The op loses his life without getting a kill. That's a huge kill for Dwizzy. The 1v2, Op trying to retake. These players are really low. If he had an M4, it could be a completely different situation. But a well-positioned flash with perfect timing with a wide swing peek to Dwizzy's left will close out the round. What I thought for sure would go Legacy Remains, especially with that spray down through the smoke from Lancer, went quickly in the way of NoLove.
Obviously, he had no idea that the 3 terrorists in bracket.
Dwizzy, or I'm a bot. And Dwizzy will miss the shot, and so will on the bot. Finds the kill eventually, but time not on his side. Gonna force him out, and Bears Boy is gonna get the easy trade. So, I mean, an eco round, but I'm a bot comes in huge. 4 kills for Legacy Remains does quite a bit of damage to the economy. That is NoLove's, and can make this gun round very interesting.
And it's something that we've seen from Legacy.
He can no longer afford double save, but NoLove can afford to force. And they're going to go with pistols, just try to get out and go as fast as they possibly can. They know they have double op, so there's a chance that they could get in faces early, but gosh. The smokes are all over the place. The op's going to get to work. Hardfluff going to lose his life to Lancer. The AK finally going to be there to trade, but there's one on top of Palace who does quick work as well. Globe is last man standing, and eventually they'll get him. It's a 1v3, now a 1v2. Nat last alive, and the op will unfortunately find him, so 13-12 your scoreline. Good damage on economy for the CT side, but they're in such a good rush and a good feel right now that money's not really a factor. They're super well off, and economy is a lot more important for the T side.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to go back to that round here in a second, but quickly, Hulk is just still completely dominating. The grenade as well, just perfect, immaculate. This defense right now is just holding it down. Hardfluff, last man standing. And again, I talk about Hulk going through these smokes. He's just hitting every shot. It's definitely a bit of a quasi buy here, Matt.
Really would. Okay.
Great pause.
I was going to say, I would really like to see a timeout. That was
and it's a perfect. Oh! Pat with a beautiful headshot there and on my bot. That's a 4v5. That's, again, we talk about how often they're not up in numbers. That's a big kill, especially early. Dwizzy may even be prone to get another kill as well. There's a flash pop for him. Biz on the other side of it, but he'll get aggressive and get that kill himself. You'll notice the CT aggression off the 1 kill is incredibly crucial. They got aggressive the second they realized they lost numbers, and that's what put them in this situation. Nat, last man standing, 1v4 to a 1v3. No one else is there. He has no idea that he's clear. He's going to throw a smoke to get across, but the molly is going to cause him to be hurting. He's going to go through. This is going to be perfect. 2 players with knives in their hand, and Hulk at the very last second, before Nat comes all the way through that smoke, decides to pull his op back out and look directly at that smoke. That was a little bit weird to me, Matt, but nonetheless, 14-13, NoLove. Now down on the losing side for the first time tonight. It's 4 versus 4, and that op is just doing tons of work. They're just going to get sprayed and mowed down through the smokes, and there's nothing they can do about it. The double smoke on 1 molly leads to them having to be stuck behind a molly, leads to the rotation being way faster than them before they get in sight, and leads to absolute disaster, Matt.
Everything's just so telegraphed, and it's so opposite of what we saw Mirage. Mirage, you saw very calculated plays where we're going to make you think it's here, but it's actually here. This is all just telegraphed. They're not hiding anything. They don't have anything set up to keep a rotation from happening. Right there, they had to fight through 4 people. They fought through every single piece of utility the CT's through. There's just a beautiful play by Legacy, kind of dismal from NoLove.
Right. And we talked about this as well, as with a new roster, with new leadership, comes rocks and roads that you may not foresee. And being that we knew Inferno was a map that they struggled on in the previous season, we don't know what they've worked on. And currently there's still work that needs to be performed. The trade set up here, that actually go in their way. Lancer will get 2, but not before he gets traded out on his own. It's a 3v3. It's a winnable round. The op does go in and pat. And now it's going to be a matter of if they can stop the rotation around. Hulk just continues to dominate. Dwizzy, last man standing, 40 HP, trying to get the op, trying to be the difference maker. Well, shoulder back, cause the op to miss a shot, and he'll make a couple of more connections. He's got time on his side, 50 seconds in the round. But deciding what to do next is going to be very difficult. That op is actually going all the way around into alternate and will shoot him from behind. That will solidify the game. 16-13, all the way from 13-8. Just an absolute dominant game